Alright, so with some modifications on this thing. Got a 4-inch pulley on here now instead of a 2.5. I have a 2.5 on the output shaft of the 3.5 horsepower motor, and unlike before where it would just bog down, I can actually have it at idle and it makes approximately the right voltage and it has enough power to turn the alternator. I'm hooking up to my battery bank. The current battery voltage is, I don't know if you can see it, 12.5. My Freedom SW3000 is running the house, and the house is taking 5.1 amps, 5.3, something like that. Jumps all over the place when stuff turns on and off. And now I'm going to turn this on and see if we can increase the voltage a bit. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. That's just idle. And these are the output cables right here. See if I can stick it in here. Very rinky-dink setup here, as you can see. Oh, it was on for a second. Maybe if I bend this, it'll make like a hook. Alright. They're already up to 12.6. 12.66. Oh, that's just not good enough. Let's increase the revs and see if we get some more power out of this thing. Alright, increase the revs. 12.69. This is pulling a 50 amp load non-stop. Oh, I cranked the revs and it bogged down or something, I don't know. But it was raising the amperage, that's for sure. So my next thing is, I'm going to put these on the input where my solar goes. And I should be able to read the amps going into my battery bank. So I am doing this while I'm filming, and it's not the easiest thing to do. Actually, not even sure how I'm going to do this yet. Gotta bend all these wires around and whatnot. I don't know if that's going to be good there. This is my main negative bus bar type thing. I'm just going to hook this up to where my caps. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's hook negative up where the capacitors hook up, so that'll keep the power nice and clean. Then I gotta get the positive hooked up down here. I think it'll reach. Yeah, it'll definitely reach. Okay, so negative's hooked up. If the positive will reach, I'm gonna put you guys down for a second. You'll probably be able to see. I apologize if you guys can't see, but I'm just hooking the positive up to the bottom here, where the So where it comes in. Alright, so my solar panels are producing nothing. And I'm going to put this on idle so it doesn't create too much power for that charge controller. And I'm going to start it up. I'll restart the video once it gets started. So this is on idle again. I got it hooked up into my MPPT charge, not MPPT, sorry, PWM charge controller. And it's putting 20 amps to the batteries at idle, which is actually really, really good. That's good for what I thought it would be. And I finished rubbed up. We're up to 25 amps, 26 amps, 25, it's bouncing. The battery voltage is going up. This is on this massive battery bank. And I'm going to try to bring it up all the way. That's maximum idle. I got 37 amps coming into the battery bank at maximum idle. And all these parts probably... Oh, it just died. I guess I got some bugs to still figure out. But all this only cost me about probably $50. And that's only because I screwed up on... I bought an extra pulley there. Those aren't cheap because it's aluminum. That was like $12 for that. I have an extra belt. That was another $10. So all these little mistakes that I made attempting and trying ended up costing me money. But I have a generator now that generates 40 amps DC. I'm not sure about the open voltage yet. I haven't tried it. It'll be should be less than 20 volts, so that charge controller will have no problems with it. I'll probably make like a direct Anderson plug directly to this, and I'll probably make another support from the alternator to the lawnmower. This was just fairly quickly set up. I just put a bolt through one of the mounting holes through the lawnmower, welded the bolts on both sides, bottom and top. And I put this over top, bent it down and over and welded it. Seems to be holding just fine so far. I have this welded piece of metal that I bent down. It goes into this other bolt mounting hole in the alternator. And that's my tensioning. I can bend it back and forth and whatever I want. But I usually just keep it fairly tight, and then it bounces back and forth on the bent metal right there. Acts like a spring. All this oil here is because I overfilled my lawnmower, and it's spewing it out somewhere. Very nice. Anyways, I'm going to stir it up one more time and see what we can get out of this thing. See if I can place this down where you can see slightly. That's it. It likes to start better at idle than on start. So again, about 20 amps, just under. Actually went quite a bit under there for a second. It's bouncing all over the place. Better turn the idle up a little bit. That's probably a good idle there. just over 20 amps. And it's definitely working to get my battery voltage up. Let's see what we've gone to. So it looks like we're pulling 30 amps off the battery. Not the nicest running motor, that's for sure. There it goes again. I wonder if I just need to run it without a load for a while. Down to 7.2 again. One more start. I'm going to start it without load for a while. This is load. Still some bugs to figure out, but there you go, homemade generator. It'd probably be better to do it on a newer lawnmower that ran a little bit better. I had problems with this one cutting grass. It did exactly what it's doing now. It would run fine, and then it would bog down, shut off, and wouldn't run for a while. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with it. Do a twinker with it, maybe get some carb cleaner out, and yeah, but that's my little project. Thanks for watching, and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps the channel, and subscribe if you like my videos. Thanks, bye. I got it running a lot better. The fuel cap is too tight. It's starving for gasoline. Wide open throttle, 42 amps, 43 amps. Just shy of 13 volts. So right now, we are pulling around 30 amps from the battery, and we are charging the batteries faster than the house is using the power. So with approximately 1,000 amp hours worth of battery, all AGM. Now it's using gas. It vibrates less at high speeds actually. Ridiculous. Working nicely. I guess I'll let this run for a while and see how it does. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, these pulleys, they have these little Allen key tightening things. They don't work very well. Not at all, actually. I found they just kept coming off. So what I did in this one too, then I had to remelt it and take it off, but I put it on. I turned empty the fuel, empty the oil. I turn it upside down like this so that the pulleys are facing up. I heat this up, then I fill it with solder. I just fill the inside real good with solder, and I just keep filling it and filling it. And it's got to be solder that has its own flux in it, or you got to really flux it really well. And I fill it until it's, well, pretty much full. And I like to see it coming out the back just a tiny bit if possible. Like you can see, I got it all the way through on this one, on both sides. And that is the only thing, well, that and the little tightening screw holding these pulleys on. And they're strong. Like a hammer, I guess, could take them off, but that'd be quite hard. You bend the pulley, and it seems to be working pretty good so far. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'll run it here and there. I'll take it up north and have to do some testing with it. Okay.